attention. So it's simple as this, right? When these thought patterns are arising regarding I'm not good enough or I'm not this, which is very, very natural anytime you wish to create something, wish to move forward in an avenue in life where you don't know how it's going to turn out. So it's going to bring up all these sorts of thought patterns. It's as simple as when the thought arises, right now it's felt as my voice. It is given belief. It is given, because see, like the same voice can arise in your awareness that says, no, I will make it. But because that one doesn't have so much interest as the one that is full of fear, because see, over here there's like a fear of loss, fear of what's going to happen, so there's way greater interest and attachment to this narrative, to this story. So the other one is discarded, right? Like so you don't give too much interest and attention to the thought, it's gonna be okay and I'm gonna be fine. So that one is not even in your awareness because there's not that much interest in there anymore. You see, so it's like it just dissolves and it's just there. And all that seems apparent and real to you is just the thought pattern, I'm not good enough. And you believe that this voice is somehow more real than the other one. Whereas both voices are just mental projection. They are arising in your awareness, in you.
Yeah.
So it is as simple as when these thoughts arise, again and again, bringing the attention back into the various anchors that I've shared with you throughout the course, right? Whichever works best for you, where you are now in control of your attention. You cannot battle against thoughts because it will only just further place you in thoughts. Okay? And so here's the thing though. This is a process that develops. You can't hope to kind of just have it click right away and then no more belief into these sorts of thoughts. So here's the thing, you will go through this sort of process where sometimes you're fully successfully able to disengage and really just be in control of your attention. And now when you do this, you will actually recognize, right? If you're alert, you will recognize that when you take the attention away from these thoughts rather than battling with them, they automatically just drop off to the point where you don't even remember that this was happening and you're just carrying on with your day until they arise again and you're like, oh my God. So this has to happen again and again, where when you disengage, you're okay, you're going, but then there will be certain times where you're just totally not able to disengage, where there's so much identification, where there's so much pull that it keeps you in that contracted state. So this sort of up and down will have to happen for a little while until you just start to mature in this practice, where you start to truly internalize and realize that this up and down no longer needs to happen. So right, there's a famous quote, I forgot who's it by, it might be by Eckhart Tolle. He said, suffering is necessary until suffering is no longer necessary. And it is simply just through realization, through understanding, through going through these phases again and again, through which if you're being alert, if you're in the way, if you're just doing your best, if you're genuinely implementing the teaching, automatically this belief in this thought pattern that arises will just fade away. This interest in this thought pattern that I'm not good enough will just fade away. And with that interest and attention that will fade away from it, the thought pattern itself will fade away. But you have to allow this process to happen. Be okay with even the instances where you fall deeply into the pattern of I'm not good enough in all of the future, and when you're not able to just disengage from it. So here's the thing, and I think Frank was on the call, and I actually spoke to him earlier this week as well, regarding something like this, where you're trying to practice acceptance and you're trying to disengage, but you're totally not able to, and it's like, so what? It just feels like it's out of my control and it's not happening. So there you must take it a step deeper, where you accept, where you're allowing even the fact that the disengagement is not being able to happen right now. So let me just clarify that. Let's say emotions and thoughts arise, and like you're trying to do the practice, and you're doing your best, but it's just not being done, right? You're still there, just great pull, and you're still like sort of, you feel yourself still in battle with these things. Recognize that even the inability to be in acceptance, even the inability to disengage, is being observed from a deeper place. It is also perceived. It is in awareness. So you must acknowledge and let even that be. And once you let even this phase of like, not being able to control it or bring it back, then you will inwardly stop being at battle with yourself. And inwardly something will shift. Something will a little bit like come to terms with what is. It will just be at peace. And then the rest will also follow suit. The rest will also come into alignment with that inner peace you feel. But as long as you are at battle with it, then you suffer. Okay, so I'll just kind of summarize it. One, recognize that these thought patterns, right now there's great belief there. It's like, is my voice or is it significant? It's just because there's so much interest. Okay, this voice that says, I can't do it, is not necessarily your voice. But the voice that also says that I can do it is also not your voice. You have to understand that. As long as you identify with your positive thoughts, you will identify with your negative thoughts. You have to recognize through understanding that whatever voice arises, it arises spontaneously, totally out of my control.
Yeah.
And what it projects is also totally out of my control. I didn't choose it. It just happened. So see that, okay, both these voices arise and subside in my awareness. And I see them. They arise and subside. They come and go, and I see them. I am present, here and now, stable, changeless, while this rises and subsides. This will automatically now create a space between you and these thoughts. So when the negative thought arises, it will no longer have that pull over you. Okay, so that's number one. The second is that let these phases happen when you're able to do it and when you're not able to practice. And in those phases where you're not able to practice, then you must acknowledge that even this is being perceived from a deeper place. And then you must allow even this to just be. Let yourself feel negative. Let these thoughts just happen. If you're letting even this be, then it will pass. And you will see then again, you will come back to balance. And as long as you are being alert, attentive, genuinely doing your best to practice, you will mature in this. And the belief and the identification with what arises, it will fade away on its own. But you must allow the process, right? Just allow it to take care of you. Don't seek to force things, and don't seek immediate, like, if I'm not being able to practice right now, that just means, like it's not, I'm not able to do it, or it's not going to work for me. Let all that stuff go. It's also just mental projection.
Yeah, it has definitely got easier, and I can see.
Thank you for watching this video. Now, here are a couple of ways that I can be of direct help to you right now. Okay, and I'm going to link everything that I mentioned right now in the description box below. So number one is you can join our free Personal Mastery Quest community, our Facebook group, on which you can interact with me personally and ask me all your questions. I love the community over there, and I do my best to reply to you as soon as possible. Okay. Number two, if you have not yet watched my free Ego to Presence Masterclass, in which I teach you how to implement the teaching of self-inquiry into your life step by step, and deepen your meditation and deepen your self-inquiry profoundly, then again, check the link in the description box below and go watch that masterclass. It is 1 hour. It will bring you tremendous value. Okay? And now lastly, if you want to work with me and my team personally, and you want me to help you dissolve mind identification and realize your true being, then you can check out my coaching program, the Higher Consciousness Shift. All the details of it are down below in the description box. Just click the link that is under section coaching. Okay, and it'll take you there to my personal website, where you can go through all the details and book a free call with me, and we can decide if we're the right fit to work together. That's all for today. I will see you in the next video.